This is the JC Show with Jonathan Meehan and Catherine Hughes on West Limerick 102 FM.
Yes, hello and you're welcome to the JC Show on West Limerick 102 FM. It is Friday the 28th of August. It is the last Friday of the month. Let us know what you're up to this weekend. You can text 087 166 9800 or you can ring 069 66 200. We are with you from now until 1 o'clock. I say we. It's the JC Show. I'm the J, Jonathan Meehan. The C is
Catherine Hughes.
And we're with you, as we said, until 1. How are you, Catherine?
Yeah, not too bad now. Yourself?
Oh, good. It's Friday. It's all good. Is the sun still shining?
I think I saw a bit of it out the corner of my eye on the way in.
Fantastic. If Mike Maloney or anyone, the lads in reception, can just come in through the door and let us know if the sun is still shining outside, it would be great. Let us know what you're up to between now and Monday, and we will be letting you know what we're up to between now and 1 o'clock. We have a lot happening.
Yeah, today we're going to be talking about, well, seeing as, you know, is someone in for the weather?
Yeah, there's someone in for the weather. Hello, Mike.
Yeah, there's a rare thing called the sun.
Is the sun shining? Lillian, is the sun shining? We got Lillian as well in from the newsroom. Hold on there a second, Catherine. I do apologise. We have
no,
an intrusion.
You're fine.
Is it all good in the hood outside?
Yeah.
So far, it is wonderful. So if you want to take a moment and take your bikini out of here, just go and do that, Jonathan.
I don't wear a bikini.
You not?
No.
Maybe we should invite Catherine over in the next room to
Cheers.
go wear a bikini and stand in the sun.
Well, you have it here first.
But being the vagaries of Irish weather, if you are going anywhere today, do take the umbrella with you.
Exactly, it's Irish weather. So if you are out and about, do enjoy the sunshine. There goes Mike and Lillian as
Thanks,
always.
guys.
Thank you very much for that. The inmates are running the asylum on this Friday morning on West Limerick 102 FM, and we'll probably have them back between now and 1 o'clock for another weather report later on. Before you were so rudely interrupted, what were you saying?
I was talking about what we have coming up on the show today. So we have, seen as it's coming up to September and all the schools are heading back, we're going to be talking.
The S word.
I know, the S word. We're going to be talking about school, but in a light-hearted way. We're going to be talking about our best memories, funny stories, and sure, if you want to text in some bad stories too, they'll be welcomed. We're going to be talking about ghost stories and the most haunted places in Ireland. Mm-hmm. And we're also...
You're really looking forward to that part.
Yeah, I'll just be here crying in the corner. And we're also talking about the top 10 most grossest things we found in food.
Yeah, so let us know if you have school stories. We'll be talking about that very, very shortly indeed. As we said, a lot of schools are actually back over the last day. Some of them are back today, most of them are starting on Monday. So if there's any teachers out there who are going to enjoy their last weekend of freedom, let us know if you've got any funny stories that has happened to you as a teacher, indeed as a parent as well, taking your kids to school, the whole morning routine, or if there's any ex-pupils out there who just loved their teachers, loved their schools, you can let us know as well, and text 087 166 9800. A lot of things happening, as we said, this weekend. A lot of gigs and cinemas, new releases and films, and we'll be talking a lot more about that as well a little later on in the show. And of course, as always, birthdays. If you are out and about, if you're having a birthday celebration, if you're having an anniversary as well, and I have to say a quick happy anniversary to Tim Sullivan and to Tina below in a Rathkeil. And they are celebrating their wedding anniversary today.
Happy anniversary, guys.
I do believe it's 20 odd years they're celebrating. Wow. So yes, they are old, and yes, I will be shot for saying that. But congratulations to you, and we wish you many more.
I'd like to say a happy birthday as well to John Cahill, who was his birthday yesterday. So I hope you had a good day, John.
So 087 166 9800 or ring 069 66 200. Today would have been, there is the possibility, and I'm afraid to say it in case I well up here, there is the possibility this could be the last JC show.
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly. Our agents are in talks with management here in West Limerick 102. There's money to be considered in contract talks and the whole lot to be organised, but it looks like this could be the end. So what we're going to do is we're going to give away a prize as well on the show.
We've got two double bingo books up for grabs for Shanna Golden. So if you are interested in that, you can text us here on 087 166 9800 or call us on 069 66 200.
Before we get our first piece of music, and believe you me, when you hear this piece of music, you will want to turn the radio up to the loudest. Are we going to do a little fun fact to start the show?
Yeah, we're going to go with a fact that was 22 years ago today. So we're going back to 1993.
I remember it well.
And on today, 22 years ago, the first episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was aired.
Really? Power Rangers 22 years ago?
Yep.
They were big back in the day, like 20 years ago, I suppose.
Yeah, I wasn't born.
Okay. Yeah, they were brilliant. And again, I suppose to go along with the theme of last week and some of the shows and memories was definitely watching the Power Rangers while slurping in a bowl of cornflakes ready for school.
Fair enough.
So, yeah. So
ties in nicely
with last week's show and this week's show, with your school memories. Text 087 166 9800 or indeed ring the nutters outside, as in Mike, Lillian and the rest of the crew outside in reception, on 069 66 200. It's Friday morning, it's the weekend, it's time to get out of bed, it's time to do whatever you want to do, but make sure that you... Catherine, what are you saying to me? I can't lip read.
We have the National Day of...
Oh, right, sorry,
such a
I do apologise. It's just, I'm trying to get every... Okay, National Day of... We have 6 of them, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them.
There's 8.
There is 8. The first one was actually the one that we spoke about on Wednesday, National Bow Tie Day. So if anybody hasn't really dressed themselves yet and are about to get out and about, just wear a nice little bow tie.
Or for the girls, just throw a bow in your hair. Be grand.
Oh, yeah. Make it more summery.
Yeah.
Festive.
Match the sun.
Exactly. Polka dot bow tie. Just there. I just realised that this is radio now and see where I was pointing my hair. Yeah, so we're going to go down through some of the rest of them as the show is going on a little later on.
Okay.
So first piece of music is Mark McCabe, Maniac 2000, here on the JC show on West Limerick 102 FM.
Yeah, 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 yeah! All you guys are in the first verse, are you ready, yeah? Alright! She walked up, she get him, how does she know and all the music to beat the tempo? She was on for that night, she was in for a fright, stand by! Back in the house for the year 2000. Yeah, yeah, funky, yeah. She's a maniac. She walked across the net that night, she was dressed to kill. She was a sexy lady, she had to get her thrill. How did she get him, how did she know, and all the music to beat the tempo? She was on for that night, she was in for a fright. She said, greetings, hold tight with a new jam. Hold tight with the mic in the left hand. It's me and I'm up on the group tip. Are you ready now, move to the roof, not live? It has no meaning. Are you ready now, move to the madness? On the party night to you, we bring this group to you. Are you ready now? Move to the groove. Put your hands up in the air. One simple question to answer. Are you ready? Every single person in the house tonight, let's hear you singing. She's a maniac. She's a maniac. Right here on the Dublin dance floor. Audience participation time! She said, put your hands in the air! Side to side like you just don't care! Everybody in the house on a party night, scream it back to me! Aki, aki, aki! Rocky, rocky, baby, baby, rock it more. Rocky, rocky, baby, baby, rock it dance floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take this house to the maximum. And she dancing. The grand finale. This story has come real far. 4 years later, now here we are. M-A-N-I-A-C. Come with me to the place to be.
Yes, you're very welcome back onto the JC show. Now we're going to be talking about school. Is that right, Jonathan?
It's the dreaded word, and even now, this time of the year, I still get little goosebumps, and I've left school a long, long time ago. I just feel so sorry for all those, especially the little kids.
I used to love school.
Really?
Yeah.
I love primary school. I wasn't a big fan of secondary school, I have to admit.
Really?
Yeah, did not like secondary school, and we'll probably be talking about our own first days a little later on. But yeah, secondary school and me didn't really get on. Love primary school. But what we're asking is people who just want to send in their little memories, their first days of primary school, first days of secondary school, when this time of the year comes around. What is your memory? 0871669 or you can ring 069 200 as well. We're also looking for, because everybody thinks of the kids, kids going back to school, and the parents, teachers as well. They've got to suffer in silence with the rest of them, because not only do they have to, after their holidays are over, but they actually have to go back and teach the little so-and-sos. So yeah, we feel for you teachers as well, and let us know if you've got any funny stories, what happened in the classroom. Just give us a shout out, 0871669 We've got a few already coming in, have we?
We've one or two, but sure, we have to go to a break first, so we'll read them after that.
Okay.
The JC Show on West Limerick 102 FM. Wah-ah.
Yes, and we're back again with the school stories. So just before the break there, we were talking about getting texts in for your school memories. I just read there as well that today is National Radio Commercial Day.
Oh, okay. So
hope you enjoyed the ads, lads.
Woohoo! We've done our part.
Okay, so we've got a couple of texts in here. So we got a text in here from Mary. She said, having a twin sister made school life pretty easy. I loved school and always had a pal. The first day of primary school was probably my favourite memory of all. Wearing matching Snoopy dresses with my twin and meeting kids that will end up to be lifelong friends. Awesome.
That's nice. Well, I suppose that's a bit lucky, because going in with your twin sister, you automatically know that you have a friend,
A buddy,
straight
yeah.
away. I can relate more with Paul, who texts in and goes, all I can remember from my first day is being terrified, absolutely terrified, and finding it a very alien place. Part of the terror came from the intimidating mercy nuns. They were in their full regalia with great long veils and starch wimples and breastplates of white starch. Again, to scare the life out of me. Just your description is frightening me. So I feel so sorry for your first day, and just seeing all these people. My God, what a terrifying memory. I didn't like that. My first day, I remember crying, and that's about my first day memory of primary school. It was just in the hall. And just crying and trying to hold onto my mother's hand,
Aw.
and eventually, like 4 hours later, she managed to peel
you
her,
off.
and put me in the seat. But yeah, that's all I remember. First day of primary school, is just constantly crying.
I remember walking in. I loved school. I couldn't wait to go. But I walked
You're
in.
weird.
I know, yeah. I've accepted that. But no, I walked in and like I remember being so like, yeah, school, can't wait. I'm gonna have my little lunch box and I'm gonna have my coffee, and I was all excited. And I remember before school actually started, I was talking to mom at home going, yeah, I'm gonna learn letters and I'm gonna learn numbers and all these things. But I went in then and I just remember, because I was tiny as a child, I was so small, still kind of am, but tinier. And I just walked into the classroom and just all these like 6th class people just came around me and they were all staring at me, and like I was so small, they were all just towering above me, and they were just like, oh my gosh, she's so cute. And I was just there like, oh my god, just let me at the crayons, please.
Let me write my letter. Yeah, so we're asking for funny stories, happy memories from primary school and secondary school as well. 0871669 again, we're looking for teachers as well. We have your sympathy. Wish you all the best for the next 12 months, 8 months or whatever school term is. When we were kids, it felt like it was like 3 years of a school term. We've got a couple of funny stories come in. One from Janet, who said, after a co-worker had finished his English lecture and his class had filed out, a 4th class student came up to confront him. I don't appreciate being singled out, he told the teacher. Teacher looked a little confused. What do you mean? Well, I don't know what oxy part means, but I know what a moron is, and you looked straight at me when you said it. So that comes in from Janet.
Oh, okay.
Oxymoron.
How can you? No,
They're 10-year-olds. God bless them.
I suppose.
They just heard the moron part, and the poor child seeing the teacher look straight at him.
I love this one. We got a text in from James. I asked a student where his homework. Oh, this must be a teacher. I asked the student where his homework was. He replied, "It's still in my pencil."
That is so much advanced from my dog at it. That's brilliant.
It's still in my pencil.
It's still in my pencil. Mark must be a teacher as well, because he texts in, on the last day of the year, my class gave me beautiful handwritten letters. As I read them aloud, my emotions got the better of me, so I started to choke up. I'm sorry, I said, I'm having a hard time reading. One of the students replied, just sound it out.
Oh.
Hughes. Good answer, very good answer. Keep them coming in, 0871669 or text, or that is the text number. You can ring 069 A couple of more as well.
Yeah, we got one in here from John. He said the kids were painting a project for social studies and got some paint on the floor. Fearing someone might slip, I asked a student to take care of it. A few minutes later, a piece of paper appeared on the floor with the words, "Caution, wet paint."
No need drying it up. Just leave it there and just, well, I suppose for health and safety reasons, they got that fairly well spot on. Mary, another Mary texts in, as I welcome my senior infant students into the classroom shortly after the new year, one little girl noticed my polka dot blouse and paid me the ultimate compliment. She said, "Oh, you look so beautiful, just like a clown."
Oh my god.
Oh, it's
And like,
1669800.
when it comes from kids, they don't mean it in a bad way. Like for her, clowns were probably like really happy, lovely things, and then it was just like, oh look, she looks like the clown.
One comes in from Lisa as well. During a parent-teacher conference, a mother insisted I shouldn't have taken points off her daughter's English paper for calling her subject Henry VIII instead of Henry VIII. We only have regular numbers on our keyboards, no Roman numerals. Said the mother.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta love some of those parent-teacher stories as well, because teachers have some wonderful stories, and parents are always giving out as well. Fantastic. Yeah, I kind of have to tell the story about primary school and the sports day that we were having. This is
is your own story,
yeah,
is it?
this is in Ahellin, and hello to all those who will be starting Ahellin National School in Clonca very, very shortly indeed. Yeah, we were having with our sports day with Master Ronan, our principal, and one little fella, I was in about 4th or 5th class at the time, one little fella comes up and was crying, holding his cheek, comes up to Master Ronan and goes, Sir, John gave me a box. And he started wailing, and the principal just looked at him and goes, oh, was it a cardboard box or a metal box?
No way.
Yeah, it was absolutely hilarious. Of course, we were the big guys. We laughed along. The poor child was just wondering, no, he actually gave me a box in the jaw.
Was it you he was referring to give him a box?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't hurt people. I'm a good boy, I am. 0871669 is the text number. Keep them coming in.
Yeah,
069 Sorry, go on.
I thought you were finishing up there. I went to school in my pyjamas before, not realising they were pyjamas.
How could you not realise they were pyjamas?
I was about 5, and my nana had sent me over pyjamas from England, and they were like Lola Bunny. So like, the one from Looney Tunes, it was a white t-shirt with 3 pictures of Lola Bunny going across like the chest, and then like little kind of flowery frilly sleeves, and then like I can't remember were the pants shorts or were they long, but they were just white with again the same kind of flowers and frills. And I was there, oh mom, look, I got a lovely tracksuit. And I can't even remember, did my mom cop it and just wanted me to go and embarrass myself, or did she not realise either? But
this is the first one.
Thanks. Walked in anyway in the pyjamas, and everyone was like, oh yeah, it's lovely. Got home anyway that night, and I was getting changed for bed, and like I took it off and I looked at the tag, and it said something like, the way they have on the tag like cozy nights or something like that, and I was like, Mom, these are pyjamas. So yeah,
so you were the one that started the trend.
I did, yeah. They all copy me now.
We got a couple of more in. One comes in from Steve, who says, first memory of secondary school was me being ever so tiny, because I'm only 5'4" now, and getting my first locker, which was definitely over 6 foot, and trying to get the key onto the lock was a day of torture for me. Spent most of the year begging the teachers that I could swap lockers.
Swap lockers.
Yeah, some memories are just too funny. We've got one more in as well. One coming in from Chris, who says first day in secondary school as well was the whole new world of lunchtime, where the school had its own shop. I had a certain amount of money for the week, spend it all on that day. So that comes in from Chris,
wow.
Completely forgetting about a week's lunch.
So he's gone hungry for the rest of the week.
Exactly.
So hopefully he ate so much that day that it'll do him for the rest of the week.
Yeah. What did you spend it on, Chris? Was it just crisps and
chocolate bars
and penny sweets, or was it actually something nourishment? Let us know. 087. Yeah.
Be like me with my sandwich.
0871669 or you can ring in 069 Don't forget, we are giving away a prize as well today.
Yeah, we've got the 2 double bingo books for Shanna Golden, which is on the 1st of September. So that's Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, get your texts in for that anyway. 087 166 9800 069 66 200. Now we're going to play Jigsaw by Ryan Sheridan.
I've worried my days away for what? For someone to say well done, for someone to say good job. Well, that's not for me. I don't need no one to hold my hand through this quest of life. See if I am wrong, or begrudge me if I'm right. But don't get me wrong at all, my friend. Your knowledge is in my head, and these stories are far too long, but intriguing, my friend. But why don't you piece what you can say? That thing at the back of your mind, that thing that's hacking away every day and every night. I got lost to find my way. Still I'm standing in the dark with the one hand holding on tonight and one today. It's all to do with what you need, be with what you want. Leave it in your den if you don't need it in your bag. But I've got the view to get me home. the means to get me there. The fire in my soul and the lighter in my hand. And I'll desecrate what I've been told. To listen to myself, I'm my one and only man. You can make me who I am, but you toss a coin to pick my path. To even out my odds, two-face that leaves me blind, so you can leave me in the cold. I got lost to find my way. Still I'm standing in the dark with the one hand holding on tonight and one today. Slow walking, I take my time to reach the kind of slow talking. Only thing that slows me down from fast thinking. Through the day I missed the way I was. Close, nothing matters when you're out, you're not living. Do you let your feelings go then? Tight-fisted, no expression face you have won't work. I got lost to find my way. Still I'm standing in the dark with one hand holding on tonight and one today.
The JC Show on West Limerick 102 FM. Wah-ha-ha.
She said it's cold outside and she hands me my raincoat. She's always worried about things like that. Well, she said it's all gonna end and it might as well be my fault. And she only sleeps when it's raining, and she screams and her voice is strange. She says, baby, it's 3 a.m., I must be lonely. She says, baby, well, I can't help but be scared of it all sometimes. And the rain's gonna wash away, I believe it. She's got a little bit of something, God, it's better than nothing. And in a color portrait, well, she believes that she's got it all. She swears the moon don't hang quite as high as it used to. And she only sleeps when it's raining, and she screams and her voice is strange. And she says, baby, when it's 3 a.m., I must be lonely. Yeah, but she says, baby, well, I can't help but be scared of it all sometimes. And the rain's gonna wash away, I believe. Yes. She believes that life is made up of all that you used to. And the clock on the wall has been stuck at 3 for days and days. cat that sits on her doorway. But outside, it stopped raining. And she says, baby, well, it's 3 a.m., I must be lonely. Yeah, well, she says, baby, yeah, well, I can't help but be scared of it all. Sometimes the rain's gonna wash away, I believe this. When it's 3 a.m., I must be lonely. Well, yeah, when she says, baby, well, I can't help but be scared of it all. Sometimes.
You are very welcome back to the JC Show in West Limerick 102 FM. We are with you from now until 1 p.m. It is the JC Show. I'm Jay, Jonathan Meehan, and the C is...
Catching Hughes.
Just before we get on to our next topic, as always, 087-166-9800 is the text number, 069-66200 is the phone number. A couple of requests here that we've got a couple of texts coming in. Happy birthday to Patrick Madigan, who's celebrating his birthday tomorrow, and also to Susan White, who's celebrating her birthday today as well. That comes in from her family. To Dino in Killarney, happy birthday Dino from all in Knockaderry, who turns the big 3-7 on Sunday. And just to give you a couple of famous people that you celebrate your birthday with if you are celebrating today, the great Jack Black.
Oh, yeah. I think there who he was for a second.
How old do you think he is? This has turned into a bad game already.
I'm very bad at age, like early 30s.
He's 46.
See, I haven't even seen him in I don't know how long.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of good films. And
School of Rock.
Yeah. He's got a wonderful band as well. Tenacious D. Shania Twain also celebrating her birthday. Country singer. She is older than Jack Black. How old is she?
I haven't a clue.
50. She's
Wow.
a half century. Yeah.
So you can't tell with celebrities anyway because they're all plastic surgery.
Okay, half plastic. Moving on quickly before we get sued. Florence and the Machine front woman Florence Welch is 29 today as well. And I was just giving a quick look down along the list, and one person that sprung to mind straight away is a fella called Daniel Stern. Does he ring a bell?
No.
No, he is the taller one of the two from Home Alone. The two boys that always get up to trouble as they try and steal Macaulay Culkin's house and all the goods in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, the thieves, yeah.
Yeah, the thieves. Daniel Stern is 58 today. And for all you guys who like American Pie, Stifler's mom is 54 today as well. 087-166-9800. Just said I'd throw that in. If you are having any birthday celebrations, any anniversaries, any parties, please let us know where there's a party so we can go. 087-166-9800 or indeed 069-66200. Quickly say best of luck to the Rackhill Snooker Club, who are making their way to Offaly on this Sunday, bright and early, leaving at 8 o'clock.
Good luck.
So best of luck to all the lads there as well.
Okay. Ghost stories?
Okay, randomly. Yeah, okay. Ooh.
No. Okay, so yeah, we're going to talk about ghost stories.
Yeah, because it was in the Mirror sometime last week about the most haunted places in Ireland, and it got us thinking. Yes, it's not quite Halloween yet, but we are going to mention it. And there's some wonderful places around Ireland and indeed around Limerick as well. And one of them is in Shannagolden, the Abbey of the Black Hag in County Limerick, also known as Shannagolden. Hidden in the secluded valley southeast of Shannagolden are the remains of a medieval convent where the prioress, Lady of the Fitzgeralds of Shannon Castle, terrified the local population. She was buried and is called the Black Hag. So that definitely is one.
We could have done with reverb on your voice there, it just would have sounded brilliant.
Okay. Do you want to try it again?
I don't know how to do that.
Okay. So yes, So there's a lot more as well that we'll be talking about. What we're going to ask you is, have you ever experienced a supernatural event? Has something scary happened, like the walls have melted, or you might have just seen a shadow that turned out to be your brother, or anything like that? 0871 669 800, or ring 069 66200. The music, I can just barely hear it in my earphones. It's freaking me out, to be honest. Just horn it up a little bit more, so it actually... Yeah, that's not too bad. It's so eerie. It's good. So yeah, we're just looking for one or two ghost stories. You were telling me, because as always we have our meeting on a Wednesday about what we're going to talk about. You were telling me your story about, was it a shattering light bulb or something?
Yeah.
Was this recently?
It was, yeah. It was last weekend. I was at a friend's house, and just there, and then the next thing, boom, the hall light exploded.
What time of the night was this, or was it afternoon, or?
Just the middle of the night.
It was the middle of the night.
Middle of the night.
And the hall light exploded.
Hall light exploded because the light was left on the hall, and then just boom, shattering glass. I freaked the bean. Oh my god, so scared.
Were you asleep at the time and it woke you up?
No, up chatting with the friend.
Okay, alright. And you just heard this big bang.
Bang, yeah. I just heard shattering glass, and then the next thing I just kind of like noticed the light had gone. I was like, what the hell was that? And then they were just like, oh yeah, that's just the hall light. It exploded. I was like, okay.
So casually and calm.
Yeah.
Did he say or she say it happens a lot in the house, or is it haunted or something?
I think it is, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. I think it was supernatural in a way.
Yeah, so that's Catherine's ghost story, and that only happened last weekend as well.
Last weekend, yeah.
So yeah, so that just, it's a good thing that we're talking about ghost stories this weekend, so it all fit into the bill.
Yeah.
0871 669 800, or ring 069 66200 as well. I think I know that I've experienced one or two things. I'm trying to think which is the most frightening one. I've had one or two weird experiences where I've actually felt that someone has sat at the end of my bed while I've been asleep.
Really?
Yeah.
God, I'd cry.
And it was kind of that sensation where normally in my room, if anybody does walk into my room, I hear it straight away because the door kind of creaks.
Okay.
So I felt the sensation and I thought, oh, someone must be in the bed, and I kind of looked, but of course it was pitch black, couldn't see anything, and I could still feel the pressure at the bottom of the bed. So I turned on the light and there was nothing there.
Oh my god.
It was eerie, to say the least. It did freak me out a small bit, but you know, I deal with it now. I'm over it until it happens again. And then
does it happen often?
No, that's the first and only time that it did happen.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's never happened before or happened since that. But yeah, it was freaky.
Okay.
So yeah, we're looking for your ghost stories as well. Actually, we've got one that's just after coming in from Nick, who says, definitely the weirdest thing was the night after my dog was put down. He wasn't allowed on my parents' bed. This must be years ago. He wasn't allowed on my parents' bed, but sure enough, when we left the room, he would jump up and mess with the covers. My dog was put down in the morning pretty suddenly, so my mom didn't get a chance to make the bed. When we got home after a bit of grieving, my mom started to do her daily chores, and this included making the bed. I was in the room with her when she made the bed, and it was perfect. We both left together and watched some TV with my dad, and we were the only three in the house. After, however, we were watching the television and whatever was on was over, I saw my mum walk down the hallway, and as soon as she saw her bed, she screamed. The covers was the messiest they'd ever been. This happened for a couple of days right after, and then just stopped. My family is completely convinced my dog's ghost hung around for a few days after he died.
Oh my god.
I would see that, me personally would see that as a good story, that the dog felt comfortable to actually just still be in the house. But
it's just the fact that he's no longer there. Like if you're gone, stay gone, don't come back.
If you're gone, stay gone. Quote of the day.
We got another one in here as well from Martin. He said, I was watching TV probably 3-ish years ago. The TV had a small glare on it and I could kind of see the sunlight from the hallway reflected on it. It was probably 2 or 3 in the afternoon. I was completely alone. The wife was at work. I was watching TV and I noticed the silhouette of a tall man stepping into view. I froze solid and didn't make any movement or noise. In fact, if you were looking at me from behind, I would have appeared to remain in the exact same state. But somehow the silhouette of the man stopped right when I noticed it, lingered for a second, appeared to raise its arm and wave, and then stepped out of view. I didn't hear a door open or close, didn't hear a window budge or break or anything, and I didn't find any evidence of anyone. Probably just the light playing tricks on me. You tell yourself that, Martin.
If it was waving though and you stayed still, then it's not you, my friend. It is not you. There is someone behind you. We got another text in. My friends were sleeping over, and just as a joke, someone said Bloody Mary in front of the mirror in my basement. Nothing happened, so we all went to sleep. Then about 2 a.m. I woke up, and it sounded like someone was pacing at the other side of the wall in an unfinished part of the basement. I looked around and realised the sound had woken up several of my friends, so I asked if anyone wanted to check it out. Everyone, though, was too afraid. So we tried to ignore it slowly and fell back to sleep. In the light of day, everything seemed fine. Whoa, where did that come from? These are coming from the headphones as well, so it's properly scary. In the light of day, everything seemed fine again, and we didn't think anything of it. Until several days later, I was scrolling through old photos on my camera when I saw a picture I definitely did not take. It was of my friend who shouted Bloody Mary, and the photo was of her staring into the mirror as she did it. The picture was in really dark filter. I immediately talked to all of my friends who were over that night, and everyone swore they didn't take it. The question is, who did?
Oh my god, I actually hate that whole myth story of
there's someone in the mirror.
Yeah, no, I hate mirrors. No, can't even. Before we go to the break, will we give a rundown of the most haunted places in Ireland?
Yeah, do that.
Okay, so number 1, as you already mentioned, is the Abbey of the Black Hag in Shanagolden. Number 2 is Aurum Battlefield and its Jacobite Ghosts in County Galway. I've never heard of that place. Belveley Castle, County Cork. Captain Boyd's Grave, St. Patrick's Cathedral in Dublin.
Why is that more scarier than any grave ever in the middle of the night?
The ghost of a black Newfoundland dog has often been seen sitting at the base of a life-sized marble statue of Captain John Boyd in the cathedral and laying on his master's grave outside.
That'll probably do it all right, seeing the...
The dog chose to starve to death at the grave rather than leave his master after one of the largest funeral I can't read the font, it's so small. I think it's cortèges ever seen in Dublin. In 1861, Captain Boyd, accompanied everywhere by his dog at his heels, became a hero when he organised the attempted rescue of more than 135 ships and their crews wrecked between Howth and Wicklow during a storm. Dunleera, then Kingstown, was a scene of carnage with bodies and wreckage everywhere, yet Boyd lashed himself to his crew and went to sea in a futile attempt to save lives and was drowned with his men.
You do realise that when you mentioned that the dog starved itself to death, the music stopped?
Yeah, it's the music saying we have to go to a break.
Okay, let's do that then.
We'll be back after these.
The JC Show on West Limerick 102 FM. Wah!
And we're back on the JC Show, so welcome back. We continue with the stories.
Yeah, I suppose we'll continue with the list as well, because we were saying we got as far as the grave. There's actually another one from Limerick as well, a little way down, as we were on Captain Boyd's grave at number 4. Number 5 is Colborne House in County Wexford, haunted area. this is actually one place that I would love to go to. Number 6 is the Cork District Lunatic Asylum.
Oh my God, no way.
In the middle of the night. This would be amazing. The tortured echoes, we've no reverb, of ghostly inmates have been heard and even recorded in the abandoned asylum built in 1798 by William Saunders Halloran, author of the first book on Irish psychiatry, inventor of the Halloran's chair, a rotating chair that spun the hysterical patients at 100 revolutions per minute. No wonder they were in the asylum. Number 7 is Glenlewin in County Derry. Number 8 is also from Limerick, and it is the Ballingard House, and that is over in East Limerick, I do believe, someplace. You can let us know exactly where, because it doesn't say here on the piece. Number 9 is Duckett's Grove in County Carlow, and number 10, the Hellfire Club in County Dublin. So they are the 10 haunted places in Ireland, and Shannagolden gets number 1 in this list. We've got a couple of more ghost stories. 0871 669 800 or indeed 069 66 200. Keep them coming in.
Yeah, we got one text in there saying, my mom's root canal got infected and she died for 5 minutes. She said she saw a river or a darkness like a river, and on the other side was just others. She didn't describe what they looked like, but she knew it was others like her somehow. Then from behind, someone touched her shoulder and said it's not time yet. Then she woke up and would not stop asking who just touched her shoulder. The doctors were all confused and kept saying, no one touched your shoulder, you were just dead. She became born again Christian after that and is a firm believer in Christ.
There's a good moral to that story. At least she got something positive out again, born again Christian believer in Christ. But yeah, a lot of people get die for a couple of seconds and they do see that kind of white light,
yeah,
kind of things as well. So couple of more texts on your side, Catherine? Because my computer has decided to go AWOL.
Oh no, okay. Yeah, we got one in here. My kid's Catholic school is over 100 years old. There is a basement under the gym that's used for storage. I was subbing once, and during break one of the balls went down the stairs. A little girl was standing at the top of the stairs yelling, just throw it up to me. I went over and asked who she was talking to, and she replied, the big man down the stairs. I went down and there was nobody down there, and it was the only way in. I asked some of the other kids if they have seen the man before, and they said yes, but sister told us not to talk to him. I asked them to describe sister, and they described a nun, and there have been no nuns in that school for 40 years.
Wow.
Ooh.
That is pretty impressive. That is a good ghost story. Even if that's not true, that is a good,
Even
good,
if that's not true.
Yeah, that is one to tell the kids.
I have one that actually is true now.
Okay, right. You mean the shattering light bulb wasn't true?
Oh no, that was true, and that was freaky. But there could have been other reasons behind that, so we'll just stay positive.
Okay.
But no, my mom told me this now. She said when she was young, she was about my age, so about 21, 22. She was in bed one night. She was asleep, and she woke up, and she looked at the end of the bed, and there was this old woman just stood there staring at her, and she freaked. She said she was actually sweat dripping off her, freezing cold, like just terrorised. And this woman just started gliding up the side of her bed, and she said she just hid under the blanket, and she didn't sleep, she just stayed there until the morning, and she was terrified, and the thing didn't touch her, just obviously went away. So when she looked out again in the morning, gone. But she went to kind of a spiritual reader person afterwards, just to kind of say, yeah, what the hell was this like? And they reckoned that it was some sort of, they asked her questions like, did it talk to you, did it harm you, anything like that, and they just reckoned it was some sort of a spirit guide that had come to her just to kind of mind her, but they didn't have to make themselves visible. They could have just stayed in the corner.
We got one more in from Dave, who said, one night after a couple of drinks I decided to walk home. Just to let you know, I wasn't drunk. I still had my senses. As I was walking closer to my house, I heard this wailing noise from about 3 fields away. About 10 seconds later, the wailing noise came again. This time it was from a little closer. As I was just about to turn into my house, I heard the wailing noise one last time. This time it was right inside the hedge across the way from my house. I ran in, legged it, turned on the light to see was anything there. I have never heard that sound before or since. That comes in from Dave. That's freaky.
Okay. No, can't deal with all that.
0871669 is the text number. 06966 is the phone number. Just to let you know, we are giving a prize away today as well.
Yeah, don't forget the...
You can get rid of the Halloween ghost stories for the prize.
All gone. Don't forget, lads, the two double bingo books up for grabs for Shanagolden on the 1st of September. The prize is €4,000, so you should really enter. You have a good chance of winning. We're going to go to a piece of music now. Next to me, Otto knows.
As a kid they told me love was made up, but I used to tell them they were wrong. Cause the blue dot girl that made me wake up is still right by me in this song. I stood there counting every heartbeat, thinking about the words to say, trying not to understand that feeling, and would it ever go away? Now those were the days before you had to go away. Now I'm dancing by myself out in the rain. Now it's getting rather cold, and I just wanted you to know that if my dreams will ever be, will you come dancing next to me? Next to me. Next to me. Next to me. You told me we would be forever, but maybe we were just too young. I wonder if you still remember when we were dancing in the sun. Now those were the days before you had to go away. Now I'm dancing by myself out in the rain. Now it's getting rather cold, and I just wanted you to know that if my dreams will ever be, will you come dancing next to me? Next to me. 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 Next to me.
You are very welcome back to the JC Show on West Limerick 102 FM. Otto knows, and next to me here as well. As we were saying, we've got the bingo books to give away, so you've got about another 25 minutes or so to text in 0871669 or you can ring 06966 Mike, Lillian and the rest of the gang will be happy to take your call and indeed to have a little chat on this Friday afternoon. For the next couple of minutes we are going to talk about something different. Now this This will probably freak some people out. So if you are having your lunch,
Stop or turn off the radio.
don't turn off the radio. Stop eating. Get your priorities right, people, please. Just move your lunch to one side, because what we're going to talk about is stuff that was found in food that should not have been there at all.
No.
Gross, gross, gross. Yeah, because it's probably one fear of mine. I eat a number of things, but and I actually seen one fella try and eat a mouse. Once.
What?
Yeah.
On purpose?
As a bet.
What's wrong with people?
I don't know. And that's a true story as
Did
well.
you bet him, I suppose?
No, I didn't bet him. I was only 10 or 11 at the time, but it was
Still capable.
Jeez. Okay. But yeah, it was a bet. I think it was a bet, and then they decided that he had to do a dare or a forfeit, and that was the forfeit. He had to put a mouse in his mouth and bite the head off it, which he duly did.
He actually did it?
He did it, yeah.
And was the mouse alive?
No, it wasn't. It was dead. It was a good thing it was dead as well, because it was definitely dead after he bit the head off it. So for anybody who's having their lunch, bon appetit.
And whoever you are that did that, you are a very sick person. Ew.
So yeah, we've got a couple of sound bites to some of these. We'll let you pick which one you detest first, Catherine.
Sure, we go with number one. The condom in a hamburger.
What?
Yep. I don't even know how that could even happen. But fast food restaurants often appear in these kind of stories because of their rush for quick, easy prepared food and the demand for faster serving times. Even if the process went at warp speed, it's hard to understand how something like a condom could end up in a Big Mac. Then again, it's probably the most protection anyone has ever had from certain diseases while eating a McDonald's sandwich.
Lord.
That is horrendous.
Yeah, so we're going to ask you, did you find something odd in your sandwich that you purchased? Obviously, we won't be naming many of the companies for this because we are already going to get sued by some of the celebrities for their age. And they look like plastic, so we're
sure, if they're putting some of this stuff in the food, they should be named and shamed.
0871 we are... Yeah, this is one story. Razor blade in an ice cream. No one has ever actually... I don't know. I'm not too sure how this happened. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to play the clip and try and make sense of this.
I got to the bottom, and there's normally a chocolate layer here. So I went to get a spoonful of it, and I bit into it, and then something sharp cut the inside of my lip. I think it was just one of those random accidents that happen. When you make that much of a product and that many products, you're bound to have a machine break. I don't think, I'm sorry, I hope your day gets better, is an appropriate response to I found a razor blade in my ice cream.
That's actually what the company said to her, have a good day.
What?
Yeah, right at the very end, and she goes, yeah, I don't think have a good day is the perfect response to finding a razor blade in the ice cream.
That literally could have killed her if she'd swallowed that. Like.
I mean... I don't even know if it was a razor blade, because she does make sense that a piece of the equipment might have just come loose and landed inside the ice cream.
The way she says it though, it sounds like, yeah, sure, look, it's bound to happen, it's acceptable, but like these things should be checked.
Yeah, I mean, one of the days, well, I haven't really looked through the list. Oh yeah, there it is, number 10. I was going to say one of the days that we're going to find a finger in some piece of food, and there it is, number 10, in a chicken sandwich. Like we said before, finding a finger in your food is frightening, but it's far from the first time. A man in Florida ordered a sandwich from a fast food restaurant and found a whole slice of bloody skin in between the buns. Again, bon appetit for those who are about to enjoy their lunch. An investigation revealed that the restaurant's manager was slicing lettuce when he accidentally sliced off a big chunk of his finger, and after he tended to the injury, he neglected to throw out the lettuce and served it along with the skin slice. My lord, health and safety, people, what is wrong with you?
Oh God, I'm gonna get sick.
0871669800 is the text number. Has something odd happened to you? Did you find like a screw or something in your food? You can let us know. 069666200, something like that. Do let us know. Is it time for another piece of music, or are we just going
no, we're going to go to the ads.
Oh yeah, of course. They pay the bill. It is National Radio Commercial Day.
Enjoy these.
the JC Show on West Limerick 102 FM. Wah!
You're very welcome back to the JC Show in West Limerick 102 FM. Quick look at the time says you have about 20 minutes left. We are giving away those bingo books for next Tuesday, September the 1st. A lot more texts coming in as well. Happy birthday to Liam Ward, who turns 22 tomorrow. That comes in from all his family. Also happy birthday next week to Sean Burkery, who turns the big 3-0, and that comes in from all the boys in Newcastle West Rugby. And to Martin Loftus as well. His birthday is coming up also. That comes in from his family and friends. And we got one as well from New Zealand, to all the gang who were at the darts in Auckland, from Susan, Jojo and Owen, who are listening to us on westlimerick102fm.com. You can click on listen live wherever you are around the world. It's as easy, westlimerick102fm.com. Click listen live and you get the joy of the JC Show wherever you are. Of course, just before the break we were talking about strange things in food. We've got a couple of more sound bites as well and stories to give you as well.
Yeah, there's one here. Glass was found in baby food.
Really, that is so dangerous.
It says some parents in Brooklyn fed their infants some Gerber baby food and noticed he was spitting it out. The parents thought it was just the messy tendencies of a baby until they noticed he was bleeding from the mouth.
Oh my God.
Caused by a dangerous shard of glass in the jar. The scarier part is the national wave of complaints that followed from more than 30 states with similar complaints. Maryland even enacted an outright ban of one brand of baby food because of the contamination fears.
Really?
Yeah, I'll just play the soundbite for that now.
When we were feeding her, the spoon got to about that close to her mouth before we noticed what it was.
And at that point, I noticed a little shiny piece sitting in the spoon as I was feeding her, so I pulled it away. It scared me because, I didn't know if there is maybe like a little tiny sliver that she may have gotten.
We ended up going through and checking all the bowls, all the cups. We even went through and checked all of our dishes to see if we could have possibly accidentally dropped it in there. We have nothing that's cracked in our house.
That's so frightening.
Yeah.
It really is.
And they're so dangerous as well, especially baby food. At least, kind of an adult would kind of cop it, but the baby could have just swallowed it.
No. We got a text in from Martin who's listening in Offaly, who says he once found a tooth in a Milky Way bar. Is a human tooth in a Milky Way bar? My God. Martin, let us know what happened after that. Did you put a complaint in or what? One of the guys outside in reception said that they found a wasp inside in a fast food box as well, inside in the middle of there. In a snack box. So yeah, it does happen. So do let us know. 071669800. A couple of more coming in.
Yeah, got one in here saying that they found a dead mouse in their loaf of bread.
Oh God.
To start with, I thought it was just where the dough hadn't mixed up before it gets put in the oven. But then as I sort of walked back across the kitchen and looked into the bread, I saw it had fur on it, and it just didn't look anything like dough. It looked certainly like, to start with, I thought it was part of a mouse. I thought it was a mouse's tail or part of a tail or something.
When they confirmed to you what it was, how did you feel?
I felt quite sick, really. My stomach turned. I really didn't feel like anything to eat.
What kind of a question is that? How did you feel when you found a mouse in your bread? I was ecstatic. I was absolutely delighted. I was thinking to myself, if I find a mouse in my bread today,
It'll make my week.
I think I might just go do the lotto. No, you're going to feel like crap. But very good journalism there. You probably ended up getting fired. Susan from Tipperary texted in, I once found a used bandage in a sandwich that I had bought. That's probably wrapped up in the plastic sandwiches that you just buy out of the fridge.
Oh, the pre-made ones.
Yeah, a used bandage inside one of those. Made a big complaint, and all I got was a free sandwich. That was it.
Would you really want another one?
Yeah, I would look for my money back and the manager and share in the company or something. But no, not another sandwich, definitely not.
No, not nice at all. There's one here, apparently someone got a serrated knife in their Subway.
This has to be prison.
No, in Subway.
I've heard of a sieve in a cake, just to break out of jail or something. But seriously, a knife in the subway.
I'd say it's probably, do you know when they put the knife in to like fold the sandwich,
And it fell, and they just left it.
as in like instead of then pulling it out, they just left it in there.
That's just lazy.
Sure, it obviously happened.
087 9800 is the text number. 069 200 is the phone number. We are going to take another piece of music, and this is again one of those where if you're out and about listening to us, just turn up the volume a little more. This is one of my favourite songs out at the minute. This is Walk the Moon, Shut Up and Dance.
The JC Show on West Limerick 102 FM. Wah-ah.
And you're very welcome back here to the JC Show on West Limerick 102 FM with myself, Catherine Hughes, and
Jonathan Meehan. I have to say big thanks to Mike Begley, who just came storming in there and doing his best to shut up and dance to that. Yeah, really, I wish I had a camera for that. That was brilliant. Thank you, Mike. That'll definitely be the image of the week.
Right, cinemas?
Yep.
Okay. So I know we've given this one a mention a couple of weeks ago, but Paper Towns, myself and Jonathan went to see this over the weekend, and we both give it a thumbs up, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. I thought it was a brilliant film.
Okay, so it got 6.9 on IMDb. And it's after an all-night adventure, Quentin's lifelong crush, Margot, disappears, leaving behind clues that Quentin and his friends follow on the journey of a lifetime.
It is pretty good because it starts out with you actually think that the whole film is going to continue after the first 15 minutes when she goes on her kind of her tour and then she disappears and he has to find her and leaves clues. It's kind of like an indie comedy romantic zen type film is probably the best way I could describe. I can think of probably better words for it, but
don't spoil it.
True.
Don't spoil it. But no, very good. You should go see it.
It's a different ending to what most people think as well.
Yeah, it's not sure predictable.
Exactly.
But we won't say any more because we're going to end up giving it all away.
Zip.
So yeah, that's out at the moment. So I don't know how much longer it's out for, but sure, if you get your skates on this weekend, it'll still be there. Ones now that are coming out this Friday, actually today. I forgot today was Friday.
Oh, brilliant. 'Cause that's the only time we do the JST show on West Limerick 102
I know, right?
FM.
Okay, so we have 45 years. That's coming out today, and it's 7.5 rating. There is just 1 week until Kate Mercer's or something.
You read this to me Wednesday, and I thought by now that you would have had actually her name embedded in your brain.
Okay, well, that's what it is at the moment, Mercer's, whatever that is. 45th wedding anniversary, and the planning for the party is going well, but then a letter arrives from her husband. The body of his first love has been discovered, frozen and preserved in the icy glaciers of the Swiss Alps. By the time the party is upon them, 5 days later, there may not be a marriage left to celebrate.
Okay, sounds intriguing.
It sounds like, right, I love you and I'm going to marry you. Oh wait, someone I love more that I used to love before has just become unfrozen from the Alps. We'll go off with her instead. Bye bye, wife.
So you've turned it into a comedy?
Well, I don't know what it's meant to be. It could be a horror, it could be a comedy.
It seems to be kind of like a romantic thriller.
Oh yeah, it says here, drama, romance.
Okay.
Should have read that bit. The next one, I think...
7.5 though is pretty good.
Yeah, it is. That's fairly high. That's better than Paper Towns.
Yeah. Better than a lot of the ones we've read over the last couple of weeks. I think that's one of the highest. So yeah, definitely one to keep on the list if you're not doing much this weekend.
American Ultra, that's up next. It's
seen the trailer for this. This actually looks weird but funny at the same time.
Yeah, it looks queer. American Ultra 6.5. A stoner who is in fact a government agent is marked as a liability and targeted for extermination, but he's too well trained and too high for them to handle.
He is the man that's in Year One with Jack Black.
Is that Jesse Eisenberg?
Yeah.
And Kristen Stewart as well, isn't it? So yeah, 6.5, not too bad.
Middle of the road.
We Are Your Friends is another one, 5.4.
Oh, that's bad.
That's coming out as well today, and American Ultra is out today as well, forgot to say that. Caught between a forbidden romance and the expectations of his friends, aspiring DJ Cole Carter attempts to find the path in life and leads to fame and fortune. That leads to fame and fortune, sorry. And that's got Zac Efron in.
And is that the reason it's 5 point whatever it is?
I don't know.
It probably is. It actually looks a lot better. The trailer looks pretty good because there's music, there's LA, there's beaches, or not beaches, but pools and stuff. So
sure, still going back to The Gallows, that got very low and we both loved that, so don't go by the ratings, make your own opinion.
The Gallows was brilliant. Anybody who hasn't seen it must see it. There's a wonderful, wonderful twist to that story. But again, zip, no more.
Yeah, that one as well, We Are Your Friends, is drama, music and romance, so yeah. Okay.
There seems to be a lot of music in that one. Looks a brilliant film.
Looks good, alright. Right, over to you, Jonathan, for the gigs.
The gigs this weekend, a lot happening. One of my favourite musicians, one of many, Sufjan Stevens, is playing in the Helix in Dublin. If you have a ticket for that tonight at 7:30, then definitely go. Christy Moore is out and about this weekend. He's in Tralee tonight at 8 o'clock. Quick look down as well. Also sees him in Cork tomorrow night at Eccles Hotel. Elsewhere, Ryan Sheridan, we played him earlier on with Jigsaw. He's in Whelan's in Dublin tonight at 8 o'clock. Dubfire is on tonight at 11. Quick look at what else is on. Nathan Carter finds himself in Leisureland in Galway tomorrow night at 8:30. Still tickets available for that. Mike Maloney and his show a little earlier on played the Elvis Spectacular. Well, if you're a big fan of Elvis, you're going to have to go all the way to Belfast to the Empire Music Hall at 8:30 tomorrow night for that. Cyril Hone finds himself in District 8 at 11 o'clock tomorrow night as well. And the Spirit of Ireland continues. This time is making its way to the Glen Eagles, the INEC Glen Eagles Hotel. 2 shows. The banquet show is on at 7:15. The main show then is on at 9 o'clock. Plus, of course, all the local happenings around West Limerick as well. So if you are out and about, undecided on what to do, just pick one and go enjoy. There's lots of cinemas, lots of gigs, lots of things to do, and let us know what you are up to as well. That is 5-1 already. That hour and a half just flew.
Time flies when you're having fun and doing the JC show.
Exactly.
We announced the winner of the bingo box.
Work away.
So a big congratulations to Mary Clancy in Broadford. You are the winner today of our 2 double bingo books for Shenagolden. So we will be in contact with you after the show about them tickets. Have we anything else to...
I think that's about it. Yeah, no,
our last show.
Is it our last show? You see,
we don't know.
Until our agent gets back to us and talks to the management. I mean, we're in deadlock here, and it's all about finances, really. Can't stress that enough. No, I'm joking. I do this job for free. It's brilliant. So we're not 100% sure what's happening over the next couple of weeks, but we will let you know, people, because I know with the amount of texts that we get in, you love us, and the reason is we love you too. But that is about it for now here on West Limerick 102 FM's The JC Show. From myself, Jonathan Meehan.
And Catherine Hughes.
Whatever you get up to, enjoy the weekend. Have a blast. We are going to leave you with the man who's going to be out and about in Dublin this weekend. It is Sufjan Stevens. It's Chicago.
Bye.
Again, all things go, drove to Chicago, all things know, we sold our clothes to the state, I don't mind, I made a lot of mistakes, in my mind. Drove to New York in a van with my friend. We slept in parking lots. I don't mind. I was in love with the place. In my mind, I made a lot of mistakes. In my mind. You came to take us. All things go to recreate us. All things go. We had our mindset. All things know. You had to find it. All things go. If I was crying in the van with my friend,
It was for freedom from myself and from the land.
This is the JC Show with Jonathan Meehan and Catherine Hughes on West Limerick 102 FM.